So today we've got a customer's repair, and this is from one of our bulk customers. He sent 2 sets in only this time, and one's Midland 3001. And although we've done that before, I think we will do it again. And he sent in a set we haven't done before, but we have got a new one on the shelf somewhere, and that's the TTI TCB900. I'm wanting to go through all the TTI sets. I think there's only the 881 we haven't got. I know they suffer awfully from microphony because of ingress of moisture over a few years, and I've had to write one off because of that. So, yes, let's see how this goes. So may as well start by taking the lids off. Nice and compact, and with a forward-facing speaker, so you know it gives that. It looks like a professional set, and I seem to think the gentleman has a fleet of lorries, and I seem to think he provides the CB radios, and they're all immaculate. Of course, I don't know what we're taking off, so I'm going to start with the bottom. I think Mr. Chippy is currently building a steel shelf unit for goods in and goods out, because we've had more repairs with lockdown than we would normally expect. So instead of them piling up in boxes, I think they're going on a steel shelf. So I've no doubt he'll be banging things around as he does that. It's bound to be the wrong side, because it always is. No, I got it right for once. So we've got some adjustments. It's like a lot of modern radios. This is a current model in 2000 as I record this. The transmitter doesn't have coil adjustments. This is how the part goes. And the receive does have a few adjustments, and the detector is going to be that or that. We'll find out down the line. Then we've got the output device there. We've got the audio IC there. We've got a power regulator there, a little speaker but with a reasonable size voice coil. And then we've got a front PCB. And if I change glasses, we might see if there's any adjustments on that. Some there are, and some there aren't. So we've got frequency adjust down there, so it's what the other presets are, which is a bit of the question mark. I think before I go any further, I'll just make sure there isn't a downloadable service manual from TTI, because I think we've got most of their service manuals, but when I looked, this wasn't on our database. So I will pause the video and I'll just go and look at what I can find on the internet. Right, so I looked at the notes. We have had one of these before. I did it in March 2016. Right, so let's see what happens when we plug the mic in. And the test equipment. So I've put it on channel 20. I'm glad the customer likes it in those colours. So what we're doing, it looks like just shy of 3 watts there. Well, that's 4, that's 3. It's just over 2.5 to be honest. So if we put the power control to full, and that changes glasses once again. It's a preset just down there. Doesn't quite go to 4, it's 3.6. So we've got an adjustable inductor just here, so we'll just, that is too big to go in. Let's see if we've got a smaller one. The answer is yes. No, that's where we have it, 3.6 watts. So that's about where we are with these newer sets, isn't it? The deviation. So let's get the little test unit out. Just about 2, so I think that's probably been set before. Wallow. It still needs to come up that fraction. Because the last one of these we saw was 1.7. Let's try it there. Wallow. 1, 2. No, it still needs a bit more. Wallow. That's it, spot on 2.2 with an absolute maximum of about 2.5. Good. For those of you interested in AM, there is AM modulation, which is the one down there. We're not touching it. We're only tuning these for the UK band, unless a customer specifically said otherwise. Right, so it's got a power meter on the front. I'll tell you what, we'll do that little test again, and we'll turn the power right down on the radio. So we'll go from 3.6 watts. And we'll turn it down to 100 milliwatts, and look, it's still got a full set of bars. We'll turn it back up. 3.6 watts, still got a full set of bars. Most of these power meters these days are fake. They're just a glorified TX light. So I think that's covered what we do with the transmitter. So let's move over to the receive. So plug the test equipment into the extension speaker socket. and we'll move the camera onto the oscilloscope. So maximum recovered audio is the detector coil just there, to the left of that relay. Fraction gain there. So that's at 100 microvolts. 100 microvolts showing on there as 2 bars. That's interesting. Is the attenuator on? No. Okay, well that's a bit weird. Right, so we'll turn the attenuator down and we'll move the camera onto the cyanide meter. So we need to drop the signal level down until we get about 4 decibels. And then we can see that adjustment take effect. Wow, that's made a difference. One of the differences I can do, when they're at the factory, they'll go through these once, whereas I can spend a few seconds going back on them. Let's see if we can get a reading on the cyanide meter. So we'll get that 20 decibel figure. And we have got, for 20 decibels, we've got 0.95 of a microvolt. So for 12 decibels, we have 0.28, and for 10 decibels we've got 0.23. So it's nice and sensitive. And we'll just look at the squelch. We can't adjust it, but it's at minimum. We'll switch the signal generator off, set threshold, switch the signal generator on, and it's coming in at 0.21 of a microvolt, and leaving us at 0.15 of a microvolt. So it's nice and sensitive. So switch it to preset or auto position or whatever it calls itself this week, and let's see what happens there. So 1 microvolt, so it's coming in at 1.35 microvolts, and it's leaving us at about 0.98 of a microvolt. So that's very usable. And at full squelch, so back to manual squelch, full squelch, I like it to be about 100 microvolts. This has changed channel while I wasn't looking. Try again. 3100. So it's coming in at 100 microvolts, leaving about 30. So that's fine. It's not adjustable anyway. and we'll look at that S meter and see what that reads. I've put S9 100 microvolts on the signal generator, and it's reading about 9, so yeah, it's fair enough. And if I turn that signal down without turning the channel, 30 microvolts, 100 microvolts, 300 microvolts, so it's about where it should be. So we've coaxed 3.6 watts out of it. I'm sure the customer will find that works much better. So current model, thank you for watching the TTI TCB900, and there'll be a on-the-air test to follow later on.